Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Abdulghani Jami Abdullahi and I'm presenting here the assignment 2 regarding the accounting for Islamic finance subject. The assignment title is Accounting of Sukuk. My ID number is 1900245 and the subject code is FIN 5153, Accounting for Islamic Finance, with a Prof. Dr. Zulkarnain in Muhammad Suri. Backgroundly, according to the OIF, define the Sukuk as a beginning the certificate of equal value, representing the undivided shares in ownership of tangible asset, usufruct and surface in ownership of the asset, particularly project special investment activity. From the regulator's perspective, Sukuk in Islamic security are considered Islamic financial instruments created of the middle and long-term financing due to the limitation existent in current Islamic financial system. In the nature of non-recourse asset-backed instrument, that the creator of the Sukuk will be normally repurchase underlying asset with its fixed or reference price, according to the Malaysian Institute of Accountants in 2020. Sukuk issuance will be normally flow, a common process for the issuance of the Sukuk product. It will be given the special purpose vehicle, in a short name they call SBV, being established by the issuer or originator that will be later on allowed for the issuer or originator to transfer the intent of asset or the unfrustrated right of the asset to SBV. Then the issuer or the originator begin getting into the investor to subscribe the Sukuk and pay amount of subscription to SBV, which later on the SBV issuing Sukuk certificate of Sukuk holders. The type of Sukuk that I'm choosing is a Mudarabah Sukuk, which is based on the profit and loss sharing. It is certificate that representing the project activity that are managing to the basis of Mudarabah. It is partnership based on the trust contract. There will be one party called Mudarab, the another party also called the Rabbul Mal, the owner of capital, who is the capital provider. This area, when the investors are coming, they will choose some mudarab, and they will recognize some skills that maybe they will contribute their own investors. They will provide, the mudarib will provide some skills, I can say, and then the Rabbul Mal, he is the one who provide the capital of the business. The diagram of the Mudarabah, as you can see the screen, the Rabbul Mal and the Mudarib will come together as a contract which is based on the trust, and then the Mudarib will run the business and later on they will share the profit based on their own specific and terms and condition contract. The issue of accounting of Sukuk, there are many studies are done to look this issue, contemporary accounting regulatory relating to the Sukuk based on the requirements set by OIF, Financial Accounting Standard, pertaining the accounting investment in classifying asset relating to the Sukuk being classified into 4 main issues. Number 1, accounting of standard. 2, consolidate the SBV. 3, transfer of asset. 4, Sukuk of certificate. As you know, the first one, accounting of standard. Until now, the majority of Islamic financial institutions are following the IFRS system, which means that until now, the Islamic financial institution, they didn't come out with their own unique accountants of system. This is one of the first issue. Second issue is a consolidated the SBV. This means that the consolidated SBV, the originator or the Rabbul Mal, will hold the entire right from the business, while the Mudarib running the business. And remember, during when we are starting this as presentation, the certificate is undivided shares, undivided dividends, which means that both Rabbul Mal and Mudarib, they have own right one to another, and they have to respect. There is a room that they have to be looking for. Not only Mudarib will hold all the way from the right. The third one is transfer of asset. This is also, there is some issue when the transfer of asset, the everything hold to the Rabbul Mal. And if the defaulters come from maybe the client is or the Mudarib have some issue, the decision is come from Mudarib, I mean the Rabbul Mal, and that is not enough. They have to look the room from the dual economic side as well as documentation side. The last one is Sukuk certificate. Also, there is an issue. According to the Islamic law, they say Sukuk certificate is undivided shares, which means that both they run this business and they can go through it smoothly alongside with respecting the law and economically. But in industry, there are so many issues which indicating that the certificate, Sukuk certificate, mostly holding everything economically and right from the Rabbul Mal, and that's not fair. In conclusion, Sukuk will face at the moment the thrust of facing test global recession that will be observing the survival of the merger. Sukuk will be facing the reality of the Sukuk performance, the default risk rate impacted by the COVID-19, the further drop the global economic will be exposed to the Sukuk market, the reality, the economic downside, and how will be cover rate. It takes time, and it will be hard for the Sukuk prevention, the impact of the default risk. This is the issue because the pandemic doesn't work, doesn't help before the economic. Moreover, the innovative Sukuk instruments are expecting to flourish the mechanism to provide the financial assistance to help the economic recovery and resolving the social issue that confused by the COVID-19 pandemic Islam, which is the oil price, the past 14 months have an issue. Social Sukuk needed will be for the current crisis. The investment also need to come together and look the room is which area that they have to improve. Still, the lower level income communities are the most critical holders, those who doesn't have any help with this current issue. That's all for me, and thank you for the watching, and assalamu alaikum.